Excuses, everybody. Come walk with me wherever you're on the world. I'm Steve Klein with my Wellness Quest. Just finished up my Zoom for the Wellness Quest week, and hopefully I didn't lose my tape. If you're here for the first time, make sure you hit subscribe, the notification bell, so you never miss me going live each and every day. Come walk with me wherever you're on the world. And like I said, it's 9 p.m. at night here in Boston, and people on this track wanting to get it in. It's been a long day, but no excuses. So making the decision and to keep walking and be accountable to everybody that's part of the quest and myself and to YouTube universe, the universe of YouTube. So welcome to my station. And with that said, like I said, if you are here for the first time, hit subscribe, the notification bell, so you can come walk with me. I had some health issues. I had taken Advil a few years ago, vomited blood, went through me in 2 different ways, almost died. Didn't know I had cancer or an ulcer. I was hospitalized. Thank God I didn't have any of that, but I did have a hiatal hernia with really bad acid reflux. And they told me if I didn't get on Nexium that I would develop that potentially. So I listened to them with side effects of that medication, like bone loss. And the good news is, when I found that out, I started doing research, and I found some naturopaths that I'm working with. Got on this high-impact ginger turmeric muscat and saved my life, and it helps me and a lot of other people with results. Helps with inflammation, digestion, absorption, and blood flow, amazingly. Again, my story, not making claims, just sharing my story, and other people share theirs. Like I said, we had a call tonight. Hopefully, I didn't lose the tape, and I'll air tomorrow, hopefully. And it is what it is. So we were talking about, and we've been talking about this about weight loss lately, and cortisol levels. And my personal experience is, we all have stresses, right? A few years ago, I lost my mom. It'll be 3 years in September. She was my best friend. I was her caretaker. I've never been so stressed out in my life in terms of caring for her and in terms of the grieving process afterwards. Cortisol is horrible. We all have stresses. So if you can relate to that, put a comment. Love to hear if you lost a loved one or taking care or a caretaker or going through some kind of stresses, which we all are. So when we walk, it really is a great habit and a great thing to do to keep yourself committed to doing that and helping with stress. Or it could be, a couple things that you make a decision to do, from more sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night, drinking enough water, relaxing, whatever it might be. Hello there, wherever you are. This is for adults only, and hopefully my avatar is explaining to YouTube algorithms that this is for people working on their wellness quest, that are concerned about their wellness journey and want to be healthy and choose and understand that health is your wealth. Then you're in the right place, and there's no accident you're here. So definitely hit subscribe. What's going on here? Let's see. Hello. I can't see the names. Jar. What am I doing? I'm walking. Come walk with me. Great. You're 20 years old? Great. That's awesome. So I'm walking in Boston, and I'll soon be in Las Vegas this coming week, Thursday. I'll be walking from there as well. And I say, wherever you are, come walk with me. Wherever you are in the world, get moving a little bit. It'll help you with so many things. Stress, for sure. Your cortisol levels, better sleep, less back pain, better mental clarity, and you can walk anywhere. I'm in a nice place. Here it's lit up. In my town, people are walking. You can see we have the lights on here, but it's a track. But I'm not always on this track. Can't always be. As I'll be traveling, you can walk any place. There's no reason. So it is late here. It's 9:01 p.m. No excuses. I had to get it in. I had a busy day. I'm getting ready for my trip, and I want to make sure that I get things done and that I take my health seriously. Are you taking your health seriously? Are you making sure that that's a priority? If you had a life death experience like I did, you will. I don't want anybody to ever experience that. Vomiting blood and going through you as number two at the same time. It was god awful. I thought I was dead. So every day I'm thankful. Are you thankful? And every day I can tell you that you can make the decision to take your wellness seriously and to work on stress like cortisol. You need to do it, okay? Just do it and make it happen because you are worth it and life is too precious to not. Okay, what's going on here? Hello, Jonas. Welcome. Very good. You. I love the stuff. You all help the algorithms, okay? And I removed you. So we always get some genuine comments and we always get some stupidity as well. And that's given. And those are things that I don't stress about. Speaking about cortisol, I just laugh about it because anybody that puts silly comments up, whether it's about politics, religion, sexual orientation, whatever it is, I laugh at all of it. And you're helping my algorithms. So that's on you. And we can't let anybody get us off track, literally. And the bots and the trolls, so be it. They're just watching us, and that's on them. And they wish they were doing this too. And they can be, but they have the wrong self-esteem. Otherwise, they will not be doing stupid things like that, right? And that's what it's about. So I'm talking about serious subject here, about life and about cortisol levels. And if you're here and you're understanding that, I am speaking to you then. If you're here to troll, I'm not speaking to you. I'm laughing, okay? If you're saying silly things. So just go, okay? But anyway, with that said, I had an amazing call tonight. And big shout out to everybody that was on it that shared. Lucy from Boston she had a nosebleed today, and I was chatting with her about that. And she's working on her wellness and her stress, and she understands that. She's doing great. And Blanca in California, and she shared some great things in LA, was on the call, and she's working on many things as well and doing great. Lewis, who is doing carnivore, I believe, lost some weight, and he's working on stresses of making more money. He was sharing on the call. He's in San Diego. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to Joanne, who's been doing really well. She's in Hawaii, and she's doing excellent on the call. Big shout out to Michelle in Western Mass, who, again, doesn't understand keto yet. I was sharing with her about eating macaroni and cheese, why that puts weight on you, and beans as it turns to sugar. And I'll be seeing her in a few weeks. Big shout out to her. Big shout out to Ingrid in Boston as well, who's working on some more weight loss as well. And she's doing great, being in touch. And I don't know if I missed anybody that was on the call tonight, but big shout out. So you too are welcome to join. It's complimentary. This particular quest will end next week in terms of our Zoom calls, but it's going to be continuous on this station where in between I keep walking and say, come walk with me and get your health right. So my question to you and my question to the team was, what do you want to work on a challenge to make each other accountable, to start making a commitment about stress, how you can reverse it? What is something? Is it taking the leap of saying, I'm going to walk every day, okay, for a few minutes? Is it taking the leap that you're going to make a decision, start going to bed earlier so you get enough sleep? Is it making a decision to drink more water? Is it making a decision to block out negative people that say silly things like on here, okay, or in your life that try to throw you off course? What is it? Okay. And you can pick one or two to work on. It's always good. And then keep going from there because it's a focus. And it does take work in terms of your intention and what you want. Nothing happens by osmosis, okay? But when you make a decision to do something, especially with your health, that should take a priority over everything else. I always tell people, if your boss, if you have a job, if your boss said you're not going to get paid unless you walked 5 miles a day, how fast would you do those 5 miles? You want that check. So funny how we're programmed. We know it's good for us, but we don't do it, right? So what good is money? Money comes and goes. It's important, but what good is it if you don't have your health? It's not, okay? And if you have your health, you have everything, okay? There's always ways. We do have stresses of making more money for sure. We have stresses of dealing with, negative people. We have stresses of dealing with people that want to be political, or stresses of people that want to be religious, or whatever it is. And like I say, just be kind to people, and what you put out's what you get back. That's what you become. So you want to work on you and make sure you focus on what is going to keep those cortisol levels low. I understand. My mother was my best friend. I had no choice. I was her caregiver. I don't regret any of that. I miss my mom totally. I did whatever I had to do. She passed away. It'll be 3 years, okay? It was a bad time in my life. But I know she's with me every single day. If you lost a loved one, or you're going through the same thing, and caretaker, hats off to you. I know what you're going through. Sometimes life happens and you can't change those things, but you still can be positive. I have other friends I have a friend named Ara. He listens to this sometimes. He lost his mom too, very close, and his dad, and he doesn't take stress so easily. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing to yourself? I'm like, nobody wants to listen to you when you're too much throwing up on them. And if you need to get professional help, get it. But try to look at the positive things in life, because you are what you think, and you are what you visualize. And you really can program yourself to be healthier even. I know that might sound crazy to some people, but it really is true. And sometimes things happen, and things do happen called life. It all depends upon how you handle it and how you react to it, right? And that's key too. So get rid of all that negative stuff, all the stuff that's going to cause you stress that you can get rid of, and other stuff that's out of your control. You just deal with it. And then you know that there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, and that you have another day to think about and to really, visualize how you'll have less stresses, so you can get those cortisol levels down, and you can either lose weight, just be healthy, and just be right. So it all affects your health, and everything with health is almost magical, and it connects the dots. It's almost like an outline. When we go through, and again, I'm not a doctor, it's made by doctors, hard tissue, soft tissue, sugar, and digestion. It all connects the dots. Everything stems from inflammation to digestion to blood flow to absorption, okay? Lucy's been on the ginger turmeric, high impact ginger and turmeric and muscadine now for a few days, a week. She said, I'm not hungry anymore as much. I said, yeah, your food's being absorbed better, okay? Blanca mentioned the same thing, okay? And our gut, our digestion, because of all the bad foods from the Industrial Revolution, feeding the cows grains, and they were supposed to eat that. They're supposed to eat grass and hay. That's why you see grass-fed everywhere, like it's a new thing. And then the GMOs, okay, that happened in the 90s. Everybody's sicker than they've ever been. And when I was little, there was never a gluten allergy or gluten menu. It didn't exist, right? They got us all sick. So wake up and understand what's going on. If you're feeling stressed, you need a good B vitamin. You need potentially some good magnesium. But the problem is, if your body's not absorbing it, it ain't gonna work. It's not like medicine, right? And when you get the stress down, which creates inflammation and all that, it all works together. So it's an education. It's called start doing your own due diligence. Ask questions. If your doctor doesn't know, get another doctor. Okay, get a naturopath like I did and a DO. And they start asking you questions. Get yourself around the right people, the right information. Go to pubmed.gov and start researching diseases from 1990 till today, and you'll see it through the roof. Look at case studies of things, of people taking good ginger, turmeric, muscadine. It's not all the same, just so you know. It's not. One I take is lab tested not once, but twice independently, and it's high impact, right? But taking something, I used to say, is better than not taking something at all. But That's not true, because the sources are really bad. Some of the sources, they lab tested stuff that's been rice that's died. So it's not true. It's like if you have one automobile for your whole life, you're going to put the best gasoline in it that costs the most money so it lasts. You have one body, right? Put the best stuff in it. That includes the ginger turmeric muscadine. That includes people around you being positive or negative. That includes your environment. That includes things that throw off your cortisol, right? Unless, like I said, you're in a situation like I was with my mom, which I don't regret, okay? It was one of those things, was once in a lifetime losing your parents, right? And especially if you're close to them. So we all have stuff. Life is so interesting. You just don't know what's going to happen. There's no guarantees. The only guarantee is this: your actions and your attitude. So if you make that decision to work on stress, which is what we're talking about tonight, cortisol, okay, and you're not losing weight, okay, that could be a reason why. Yeah, we talk about fiber and different other things too, but cortisol is so crazy because it's 10 times harder to lose, and it takes a while once you have that. I know I got it, okay, and I'm working on it, and I already see a difference. Other people tonight were sharing on the call, the scale hasn't moved. Well, let's stop being obsessed with the scale. It's about health. Muscle weighs more than fat, but also when you do keto, paleo, you lose inches before weight. A lot of times your clothes fit you better than the weight. Take the scale and shove it, okay? I go on the scale once every other week. I'm over the scale, okay? Because it always pisses you off, right? So because we're so accustomed to that. But I feel good. I think I look decent. Again, I have more work to do. I'm not happy with where I'm at. Who is? It's an ongoing thing on this wellness quest. And stress is the biggest killer. Cortisol is a killer. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. I don't want you ever to feel, although my part wasn't stress, how I almost died. I don't want you to ever feel that, of vomiting blood and having to go through you. I don't want anybody to experience that, not my worst enemy, okay? It was scary. It was painful. It was a whole lot of stuff, okay? And I thought I was dead, and I'm thankful. And nobody knows anything of the future. I'm just working on me. That's all I can tell you. Nobody knows. I had a mentor that saved my life, and he taught me, he went to medical school. He taught me this health survey, which 500 naturopaths did. His wife was from Japan. He lived in Japan for a while. I think he ate a lot of sushi and stuff. He ended up getting parasites. And some of the things he already knew what to do. Okay, there's trial and error. And then he had to get into regular medical, and they only know half what to do. And he ended up dying right when my mom died. He was a very close friend. He was a couple years younger than me. So I owe it that he saved my life. I owe it to the universe to share with you what he taught me. It doesn't mean there's a guarantee, obviously, because like I said, the regular medical community only is trained with so much. They don't know anything about nutrition. As a matter of fact, they're not even trained in it. The smart ones keep going, okay? So the more that the saying goes, the more we walk, the more we see, right? And that's stressful too, because people are just not knowledgeable in their careers. They're not digging in to get better at what they decided to do, especially being a doctor where you're supposed to save lives, right? So that always upsets me, because there's always things like they said eggs were bad for you. Don't eat the yellows of the eggs. Well, we know that's crap. Those are really good for you, okay? So many things, misinformation, wrong studies. So question everything, get another opinion, always talk to a doctor, but get a naturopath as well, and you figure it out, okay? Because you have one life, and they're not God, and you have to do your due diligence, and you don't want to be stressed out. Okay, what's going on here? Let me see. Hello, Charlie. Welcome, Charlie Kendall. Hello, Adam. Welcome. Thoughts, observations cannot be denied. Once hold and observed, only way to overcome, to increase another event, to manipulate past events. Well, I don't know about that, but you can manifest what you want. That I do know. Some things, yes, that happen to you are for real. It doesn't mean that they didn't happen to you. My mom got sick. She passed away. Okay, that was a real event. I couldn't change that, right? But how I handled it, how I handled myself, I was in control. That's the point. Okay, people try to throw their crap on you, and I hope this makes sense. Who wrote that? I think you were being a good thing, not a bad thing, by the way. I do understand. Um, you know, is what matters, right? We all get dealt different things. Sometimes we're dealt bad cards of life, right? It's how you handle it. And yes, it does matter how you handle it. It could be the matter of you living longer or not from stress. We're talking about cortisol today, uh, you know, and it's serious stuff. So going back to what I was saying, if somebody's stressed out and, or let's say they feel depressed or they have other issues, if your body's not absorbing the B vitamins and the magnesium, and it's not high impact, you're gonna have an issue because it's not like medicine, like people think it is. It's not. It's an ongoing thing of getting inflammation down, getting the digestive system working, absorption, and blood flow. The body can't repair if it doesn't do those things. If it does those things and it has this high impact gingerturric and muscat I'm speaking about, you can do a lot of things. But everybody's different, and everybody needs to track their results and track it by really watching different things and taking notes and being mindful of your body and tracking every 30 days, 6 days, 90 days, and discussing it, okay, and understanding and figuring it out. When you go to a doctor, they always ask you questions. They don't know what's wrong with you half the time, to diagnose you. They're asking you stuff to figure it out. So I think I lost everybody. Somebody was calling me for a second there. Sorry about that. So you need to keep track of your body. You need to know and understand and ask questions to yourself. Did this happen? Did that happen? And educate yourself. And that's what it's about. So if you're working on your cortisol, I love to hear it. If you're working on relieving something that's stressful, I like to hear it. If you're working on your wellness journey, I like to hear it. Send me an email. I'll put my information here later on. And complimentary, I'd be happy to do a wellness evaluation, not doctors, just from doctors that goes through hard tissue, soft tissue, sugar, and digestion, and kind of speaks to you. And if you'd like to join the Wellness Quest, the next one, be happy to have you on it. Totally complimentary. The more the merrier. It helps me stay on track, helps you stay on track. I say, come walk with me wherever you're in the world, and let's work on that cortisol. Just walking alone will do it. What did you write here? LOL. Even event means if I bet happens, then stress exist. If you create good event, yes, that's correct. I like that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Agreed. Making sense. All right. Admin. Street desert. Great. Awesome. And then event travel is possible, but then does it matter when you can write your own future? Well, it does matter, because let's talk about that and I'll wrap it up. So you can write your own future. You can visualize it and you can see it with your naked eye, right? And the mind is very powerful. Some don't agree with this, but I do agree. I do believe this. And what you think is what you get, what you become. Some things you can't, but a lot of things you can. And I believe in the law of attraction, especially with your health. What you think is what you get. You look at people that sometimes they look real negative. Their faces look so miserable. And you don't want to get near those people. A lot of times they attract bad health because that's what they're attracting inside. When you go to natural healing, whether it's physical, mental, whatever it is, it's what's going on the inside is what's happening on the outside. So think about that, okay? And they've done studies of the mind, and you might have heard this before. They had 2 basketball teams, okay? One that practiced every day for 30 days of free throws. The other one that in their mind's eye practiced. They never practiced one free throw at all. When it came down to the game, you know who won? The ones that practiced in their mind only. They won the game. So take that to bed with you. Think about it. Thoughts are things. What you think about is what you become. That's in your health too, okay? And the mind is very powerful. So that's what I think. Yes, things can happen. Yes, Sometimes it can happen, but the way you handle it makes all the difference. And that's what I'm talking about. So let's work on the cortisol. Let's try our best to say something nice to people each day, even if you're not feeling good, because it comes back to you. It's called the law of attraction. Let's try to be as positive as we can, no matter what stresses you have going on. You'll feel better. When you do something kind for somebody, you feel better, okay? It's all part of your health. It's all part of the way you think. But educate yourself about your health as well. Don't be stupid, okay? Do the research. Don't listen to me. Go to pubmed.gov. Check it out. Look at the case studies of stuff, people on keto. Look at the case studies of stuff on people taking ginger, turmeric, muscadine. Look at it, okay? I don't want to sell it to anybody. I just want to share because I almost died, and all I can tell you about. And I went through a very bad time. Like 3 years, my mom passed away in September, okay? I'm still dealing with it, but I feel very positive. And how to eat an elephant one bite at a time. You guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you hit like, subscribe. We hit 229, goals to hit 250. We want the right people here. Come join me, come walk me wherever around the world. Thanks so much, everybody. I love my new friends all around the world, and I will message you back. You put a comment up